Mahaldo, Courtney Douglas, Sarah Wong-Yin Sang, Cassandra Van Bakel, Shannon Wood, Beauty Johnson, Colleen Beasley. In goal for second star of the season as well will be Katrina Harmon, Claudia Piazza, and Christina Morelli. And the coach, of course, is the well-known Carmine Sacco. As the action will start away in the Vaughan Azzurri end, and they'll pass it around on the near side for Morelli. A little bit of some early pressure coming in from Unionville, and they're able to force the turnover as Tepelinas tries to force her way in through, but Morelli wins the shoulder battle, and now she's going to try and carry it around midfield. She's able to find Gonaim. Gonaim's going to be the player to look for. She sends a great ball down the left wing, putting some pace to his Van Bakel. Van Bakel to the left side, trying to send a cross in, but the last woman back on defense, that was Corso, was able to block that cross. Second try there, and cleared away this time by Leslie. Early pressure coming in after a great through ball coming in from Nora Gonaim, as she played a great ball in, split the two defenders, and was able to find Van Bakel breaking in through the wing. I probably would have looked at an opportunity to maybe take a shot there. An early opportunity onto goal would have been strong, but she saw those two players wide open on the top of the penalty area and try to see if she can play it into them. These two teams did meet last weekend, and it was a 2-1 victory and 2 second-half goals as Vaughan made a nice little comeback and won that game 2-1 after being down 1-0 at half. Ball's going to get switched over to the far side of the field. That's Van Bakel. She's going to bring it to the captain. That's Claudia Piazza. Piazza's going to leave it for her defense as this team's coming in 5th on the League One standings so far this season with a record of 5-4-0. They've scored a lot of goals, but have been having a little bit of trouble on the conceding of goals. They've conceded more than they probably would have liked to compared to last few seasons. 16 goals against in those 9 games. They're going to try and see if they can lock it down here against the strong Unionville team, which has had a very stingy defense. 7 goals against in their 8 games. They're just behind Vaughan in the standings, 4-2-2. But they're going to try and see if they can get some more offensive output for their team as a nice clearance comes in from Wood. A little bit too far ahead for her strikers and right to the waiting hands of Stagolis. If this is your first time tuning in to League One, it is a standards-based Pro-Am league. We got 17 teams in the men's division and 13 teams now in the women's division. League One is entering its 5th season and is currently one of 2 Division 3 leagues in Canada. One, of course, being the PLSQ in Quebec, and this one here in Ontario, currently representing the highest domestic tier in the game. Unionville with possession now as they try to march over midfield and send that ball up for Williams. Williams can't get to it as Melhado was able to get to that one first, and she's going to do the safe play and just hit this one out of side for a throw-in. Just 3 minutes into this opening half, no score between Unionville and Vaughan Azzurri. If you're just tuning in, welcome everyone who's tuned in at www.league1ontario.com. It's the first of 2 League One Cup matches to be broadcasted today. Make sure to tune in later at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. On the men's semifinal, we're going to be seeing TFC 3 going against Sigma in a battle of the top 2 teams on the men's division. Nice little flick over play by Unionville, but Wood was able to clear it away down the field first time. And Corso wasn't able to control that ball, and she's going to head that one out of play for a throw-in on the far side of the field. So how these two teams have made it to the semifinals. Vaughan won the championship back in 2016, and they've had a tough road to get back here. They first defeated Hamilton 2-0 in a very tough match there. But the huge one was that quarterfinal win, won 1-0 over an FC London team who hasn't been shut out otherwise throughout this entire season. So they're trying to stick to that stingy defense now, you're mentioning, which has been a bit of a struggle for them, and they managed to do against FC London. Let's see if they can do it again here, as that pass from Morelli was a little bit too strong for her as she tried to run back and get it. Couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be a deep throw-in for Unionville. Tepelinas, yeah, throw this one in, a little 1-2 with her player. She sends the ball inside the box. Player, though, is offside. It looks like on the return pass on the 1-2 back to Tepelinas, and she was offside. Good high line coming in from the Azzurri to avoid that. Katrina Harmon playing her second match of the season we mentioned earlier. She played in the 2-1 victory over Hamilton back on June the 2nd. Usually the usual goalie Taylor Grant getting the day off today. Vaughan trying to force that ball into the midfield. Can't get through the two red jerseys in the center of the field, but Piazza is now able to get control. She's going to play it down the right side. Coming in with speed is Beasley. Beasley is able to keep this one in play. She's going to send a ball inside the box. No blue jerseys there, but Gonheim, she's going to get a right foot onto that one, but she can't volley that one into the far corner as it just goes by the goal of Segolis. When Beasley played that ball, there was no blue jerseys there, but somehow that ball avoided the three red jerseys just onto the top of the goal area, and it snuck through into Gonheim, who had an opportunity onto goal. Segolis able to get some help as this headed on, as Williams is going to send it up, as Harmon comes out of her goal, as the raging speed coming in from Clasios was it trying to get to that one, but just couldn't get to it before the keeper could. Morelli. And for Gonheim, back for Beasley. Beasley's got some time, so she's able to turn it around now. Trying to play it through for Morelli, but Morelli slowed down her run as Unionville is able to send it up the field once again. Melhado passes up now for Beasley. Beasley's going to try and see if she could take that player on. She's got some help there in Johnson, and she's going to play it in for Johnson now. Johnson in the right corner. All the way back now for Morelli. Morelli first time in, trying to switch it over. But there is Corso trying to clear it away. She couldn't do so. Piazza tries to get the shot away. That one gets blocked. Piazza again. And that touch just goes too far ahead. And Segolis will come out of her goal to receive that ball. Good early pressure coming in from Vaughan in these opening 7 minutes of the game. It's been all Vaughan so far. But we'll see as the game progresses. Will Vaughan be able to keep up this pace, or will Unionville start to get into the game? Wang Yin-sang down on the left side. Can't find any of her teammates, and Corso's able to take her time as the goalist tries to clear it away. Doesn't get a good clearance, and the pressure continues in from Vaughan. Gonheim trying to get it back to Wang Yin-sang. Couldn't find her, and now here comes Unionville the other way with Clasios. Clasios has the run down the right side. Try to get it through, but Wood read that pass right away, and that shut it down. Van Bakel, she's got 5 goals so far this season. If it's not going to be Gonheim, it's going to be her. And this time she's in through, all alone shot, and it just gets saved by Segolis. A great opportunity as Van Bakel was in all alone somehow as she got the little 1-2 pass. Just mentioning 5 goals this season. Couldn't add to her tally right there as she tried to go, it looked like just high over the shoulder. But Segolis got the arms up just in time to make that block and force it out for a corner kick. Piazza setting up for the corner. Majority of the Vaughan players are setting up on the far post. See what type of runs they make as this one goes far post. Heads it down. That one gets back. Second chance. And it's stopped on the line by Segolis. That was Wang Yin-sang right there who got the second opportunity. Segolis down on the ground, completely beaten after she dove after the first shot. But that ball fell right to her on the ground, and she's able to cover that one up. Play resumes here. Unionville's going to try and see if they can get some momentum going their way, and this could be an opportunity with Clasios. Clasios is able to get by Wood, but coming in back was Wang Yin-sang. This shuts down that run as Douglas is going to try and switch it all the way over to the near side of the field for Beasley. Beasley does a great job keep it in, but it goes straight to Tepelenis. Here comes Williams now with it on the left flank. Try a little cut back there. She's able to create some space. Trying to pass it through in the middle of the field for Chung. Couldn't find her as Vaughan is able to shut down that attack. But Unionville with the perfect response there. Just a little bit slower than you would have liked as they try to get down the field. When Williams did that nice little cutback turn, probably she wasn't sure what to do there. The girls were telling her to cross there. Had a ton of space though in front of her to probably carry that one in a little bit further inside the penalty area and try to see if they can force the Vaughan players to make a decision on what to do. Here comes Unionville once again. Clasios with the 1-2 as the ball now goes over into the right corner. Here comes the cross. Took a deflection off a Vaughan player. Harmon can't keep that one in time. And Unionville is going to get their first corner of the game. This is a great response coming in from Unionville. Milliken as LaCava is now going to go over to take this corner. The captain and the veteran on this team. Play this one into right around the punch spot. There's a header, but he couldn't get it onto goal as Jenna Leslie, the center back, was able to get up nice and high and try to force it over to the far post. Just turned her body a little bit too much to find the goal, but good play coming in again here from Unionville. Harmon's kick right into the midfielder, straight to a red jersey as they try to play that ball in once again as Chung finds Williams now. Back to Chung. Chung in for Clasios. Clasios tried to play that pass in for Tepelenis. Couldn't find her, and Vaughan will retain possession. But nice little play coming in from Unionville. Harmon's kick couldn't find any of her Vaughan players, and it put them under pressure right away. Go9 in for Johnson. Nice little touch, finds Beasley. Can play that through ball in as Beasley's tried to see if she wanted to go for a run. Wasn't sure to play that ball in for Johnson or not. A little miscommunication. The two players are talking about it right now, trying to sort that play out, and play's going to resume here for Douglas on the far side. Douglas can't find a way in through, and Piazza can't control it. Clasios will. Chung tries to play that ball up for Williams. That seems to be the play so far. Find Williams and let Williams distribute it up on the top for Unionville. Beasley can't keep that one in play. And it's going to go up for a throw-in. So her and Johnson right now still chatting about that one situation here on the near side on who should have gotten that ball. Tepelenis throws this one down the line. Morelli gets a foot up, gets it away from Williams as it's going to bounce around midfield. And it's going to be settled in now by Van Bakel, who had the best chance so far in this game. Douglas into the midfield for Go9. There's Go9. She's got some opportunities back on the outside, and she finds them. Van Bakel, though, can't get by the defense of Corso and hits it out for a throw-in. Van Bakel's finding herself in a lot of space so far here early in this first half. She's able to settle the ball now. Coach Marcos is recognizing this right now, telling the players, got to get on these Vaughan players much quicker, giving them a little bit too much space out on the wings so far. .32 minutes left to play here in this first half action, the League One semifinal. Just a reminder, if this game does remain tied after 90 minutes, there is no more extra time. We go straight to kicks from the penalty spot. And compared to how tight these two teams have been in their last game on the July 14th and here today so far, definitely could be in conversation. This Unionville Milliken squad had a bye in the first round in the cup bracket, then had to take down the Toronto Blizzard with a 2-0 victory there to make it to this semi-final portion. Clasios was the player who got the 2 goals in that game. Leslie hits this one all the way down the field, and Malhado is going to run back in her own end, try and see if she can use their goalie for some support. Realized that was shut down by the good pressure coming from Clasios, and Malhado's under some pressure here in her own corner. Tepelenis, though, got the last foot onto that one, and it's going to go out for a throw. Vaughan players calling for a handball that looked like more of a shoulder, so play's going to resume here as Robertson used her body to keep that ball from going past her. That throw-in goes over the head of Chung, and we have an opportunity on a counterattack, but Piazza knew right away as soon as she hit that ball, wasn't happy with that through ball in for Johnson, and Unionville is now able to settle in their own end. Here's Corso. Corso is trying to find Clasios. Wood, though, shuts it down as the ball finds its way to the foot of Robertson. Robertson's now going to carry it up. She's going to try and play a through ball in. This one could get to Clasios. It's a race here, but Morelli is able to get to that one first, and she'll hit this one out of play for a throw-in. It was all Vaughan in the opening 10 minutes, but since then, Unionville starting to get some momentum, some chances themselves as Robertson gets a good opportunity onto goal. That one gets blocked, and it gets cleared away the other side. Comes Vaughan trying to go on a counterattack opportunity. There's Johnson. Johnson's going to play it in for Van Bakel over on the left side. She's going to have some pressure coming in from Robertson, who's chugged all the way back from her midfield position, and she was able to force it out, but again, There's conversation right now, who's got that player coming in from Unionville. Piazza can't control that ball thrown. She looked away, realized she had time, looked away to try and see where should she pass that ball, but then realized she forgot to control the ball at first as that one just skips by her, and Vaughan, though, is able to regain possession. There's Beasley, back in for Morelli. Morelli, nice little move here. She has a ton of space with her on the right wing. Plays out for Johnson. Johnson's offside, though, as she came from an offside to an onside position as she tried to cut across the middle of the field towards the near side and realized she was offside. Again, it's one of those opportunities there. Morelli, she had nobody in front of her there. I know she wanted to get that ball up forward, but take the space sometimes when you see it there. Morelli probably could have taken that one further in and waited until a Unionville player start to make a decision to come over to attack her or shut down Johnson. Throw-in goes in, couple bounces back forth. Vaughan's calling for handball, and they are going to get it as that one hit off the hand of Tepelinas. And it's going to be a free kick in a very good area to play this one in for Vaughan. It's going to be Claudia Piazza with the cross in. She's got Morelli on the overlap. Down on the near side. Could play it into her. She's got a ton of space in front of her. So see what Piazza chooses to do. She's going to try to play this one in towards the far post. There's a header there from Gonheim. And it's going to be offside. It looks like Gonheim made her run a little bit too early, says the assistant referee. And it's just going to be, it's pretty much a goal kick regardless, but the ball's just going to step up 2 steps ahead. Here comes Stagolis with her kick. She's able to find her player in on the far side of the field, and they're trying to play forward. A little miscontrol there from Wood, but Malhado is there to shut down that one. A little bit of slip there from Wang Yin Sang. And Unionville try to play it up, a little bit of ping pong going on right now. And it's going to be up to Leslie to try and see what she's going to make do with it. And she tries to just hit it back down. Who's going to settle this ball? Little nice shoulder battle coming in, and Beasley tried to get it in for Morelli. Morelli wasn't on the same page, though. And clearing it away down the field is Chung, just to settle that play down and get her team back into shape. Harmon plays it in for Malhado. Malhado out for Gonheim. Gonheim hits this one over her head. Nicely played in for Beasley. Beasley keeps it in just along the touch line. She's going to try to battle with Tepelinas there. And unable to do this time, but it's going to be a throw-in. This game is being brought to you by Toronto FC. Toronto FC is proud to support youth and pro amateur soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, premier partner of Ontario Soccer. That cross coming in from Morelli was just a little too far ahead for Van Bakel, and it's just going to go out for another goal kick. Vaughan realizing Unionville starting to get more possession. Let's try to see if they can get back into this game. And they're responding quite well, utilizing the play of Morelli and Beasley over here on this near side of the field. But again, majority of their chances in the early game came from Van Bakel over on the far side. Might try to see if they can continue to use her as well to create some opportunities. Wood under some pressure, trying to figure out where to play it. It's going to play it back for Harmon, and Harmon's going to hit this one first time down the field. Gonheim is able to control this one. 7 goals so far this season. 1 goal as well in the cup for a total of 8 goals. One of the leading goal scorers of League One Ontario this season. As they're going to look for Van Bakel here. Once again, a little miscommunication, but it's offside. No goal. This one's being called back, says the assistant referee. He had the flag back instantly. And Unionville has dodged a bullet right there. As Van Bakel can't believe it, saying she was running from all the way on the far side. I couldn't tell you an accurate response right there, but a little miscommunication in the back line coming in there between the defense and the goalie. Stagolis seemed to think the defense was going to get it. And it looked like the goalie and the defense, it was more between each one of them trying to decide, you know what, you're going to get it? No, you're going to get it. Neither of them got it. Van Bakel did the smart thing, got in between them and played it over. Coach Isako, of course, not too pleased with this one, having some words with the assistant referee, yelling it across him, across the field to try to get to that, as we have a Unionville player down on the turf as Van Bakel got all ball on that challenge. The Unionville player looked like she hurt herself under that one, and Vaughan's just going to let this one roll out of play to attend to the injured player. I believe the injured player down the field is Melissa Corso after that collision. And Coach Isako still letting the assistant referee know about that goal being called back. 25 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score between the Vaughan Azzurri and the Unionville Milliken in this League One Ontario semifinal. The other semifinal will be tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. We're going to be seeing Dero United going against the Woodbridge Strikers. And of course, the final will be during the holiday weekend, long weekend in August, as Corso is able to get to her feet. A good sign. It looks like she's going to be able to continue. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of her or picked up a nice little bump, but it looks like it's always a good sign. She's trying to just stretch it out a little bit, see if she could get back into it. Play is going to resume here as Unionville is going to return the ball back in for Vaughan. But it looked like even as soon as that goal was scored, Coach Marcos even was unsure himself. He didn't even, I don't think he even thought that play was offside. And I think Coach Isako saw that reaction as well. And that's amplified his arguments towards now the fourth official on the field. As play's going to resume here with the Azzurri. Douglas is going to try and get through on the far side. A little bit of a tug back on the jersey there. And it's going to be called for the referee. Referee didn't see any advantage. Here comes Piazza into the midfield for Johnson. Johnson has time to turn around, and she's going to dribble. She's got Morelli. Morelli doesn't see any options going forward. She's got to go back to Piazza, and Piazza's now going to switch. Smart play coming in from Vaughan. There's Douglas. Douglas is now going to carry this one out. And for Gonheim. Gonheim has Morelli making a run from her right fullback position. Couldn't play it to her, and Piazza now trying to find Van Bakel. But that gets shut down by the Unionville defense. Vaughan, though, continuous possession. A great control coming in from Van Bakel. She tries to play the cross in. Gets cleared aside by Henderson. And it's going to go out for a throw-in. One-two off the throw-in. Right now, Unionville sitting very far back, allowing Vaughan to play in the midfield. And this free kick as a just outside the box. It looks like Corso just shoved it down. Johnson there just on the edge of the penalty area. And this one, you got to look at probably getting a shooting opportunity here for Vaughan. It's going to be Wang Yin-Sang and Piazza over the ball here. It looks like goalkeeper Stakolis is also agreeing, thinking this one's going to be a shot. Putting an extra player in on the wall. Comes Piazza trying to get this one over too much, though, onto the height. Didn't get much on the power either. Looked like she maybe tried to float that one over to the far post.
Maybe there's a technique change after you hit everyone over the bar.
And it's going to go for a goal kick. Vaughan's bench not too happy with that free kick. As play's going to resume here. Vaughan's had the majority of the better opportunities, but Unionville starting to get some chances going in themselves. As Morelli just going to shield this one aside, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Oh, enough. No more. You need to get better. No. Hey. No, it's not. And we're dealing with it. But let us deal with it, not you.
We're having continued conversation still about the no goal being called by the referees down here on the near side of the field. Conversation continuing. As play now will resume here on the left side for Tepolinas. She's going to try and hustle to keep this one in. Can't get it past her as that ball curls away from her and out for a throw. Nice little 1-2 there coming in from Vaughan as they're now able to clear it away with Goalkeeper. Down in for Beasley. Beasley's trying to control that one. The ball rolls off her foot. And now Robertson's going to pass it off here for Tepolinas. Tepolinas trying to play this one in. Williams doing well to battle it away, but Wood is now able to get it off to Wang Yin-sang. Down here on the near side for Van Bakel. Van Bakel trying to find Beauty Johnson up top. Couldn't find her. And Robertson is able to get back to Corso. Corso looks like she's recovered from that earlier injury that knocked her down on the field. As play's going to get a through ball in for Williams. Malhado is able to get a foot in there as that's going to get knocked out of play for a throw. Just a reminder about Sports Engine, the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can help your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. This one's going to get played in, going to go on the top of the area. Just enough of a foot there coming in from Beasley, able to force it out as Robertson's ball couldn't find her player. And again, a lot of action down here on this near corner of the field. There's going to be another throw in once again for Morelli. But again, Unionville's given a lot of space here, backing up a little bit and allowing Vaughan to have a little bit of time in their own area to get out of pressure. This is the type of opportunity more you try to pressure them, try to force them into that enclosed area and try and see if they can force that turnover. They are still able to, as Vaughan wasn't able to get a good clearance. But it's now going to be a throw-in as the ball's going to get played in for Robertson. She's got a player on her instantly, and that player is able to poke that ball away. Tepolinas didn't want the throw-in, and she tried to play that ball down the touchline, but couldn't keep it in play was Chung, and it's going to go out for a throw. Morelli tried to play through. Tepolinas had the arms out, and that ball hit her straight in the arm as they try to play ball in. It's going to be a quick free kick for Vaughan. Ball's going to get put right back into play instantly as here comes Morelli. She's going to try and get by Chung. Referee's going to say play on. Nothing there as Piazza's going to play this one in, and it's Van Bakel once again. And she tries to go with the left foot, but she just got under that one. Couldn't get the full foot onto that one. But once again, it's Cassandra Van Bakel getting the opportunities for Vaughan, finding herself on those runs in on the left side of the field. A little bit of a slight wind here at McNaughton Park here in Vaughan, Ontario. Not to affect any of the teams, though. Just to take away from a little bit of the humidity here as Douglas is going to try and play this one in. That one hits off of the knee, though, of Henderson. And here comes Vaughan continuing the pressure here with another corner. I think it's for Vaughan. They just need to get that first one. Once they get that first one, they're going to get a little bit more comfortable, gain that little bit of confidence. Playing a man-to-man defense here on the corner kick instead of a zone, it looks like, for Unionville. Here comes Piazza's corner. Trying to find Gonan with the header. Saved! Toe save there, ball still loose, and Unionville's able to clear it away. Gonan did the usual strategy, try to hide in behind one of her players right off the corner kick. It succeeded. She was able to get the header on, but the foot save coming in from Sagoas, getting down low, putting a little bit of the splits on to make that save. Sagoas saving her team right now. Two critical saves, first against Van Bakel on the breakaway, and now they're on Gonan. Unionville's coaching staff right now telling the team, got to close down the space. Too much space. We've been mentioning that. Vaughan's been giving up a little bit too much space there, as Johnson was expecting a player to be there on her right as she played a ball right there, and it goes out for a throw. And as it looks like we got an issue here with Van Bakel, we figure it out because we were wondering why is she down here on the near side of the field. Her cleats have actually ripped. The boots have completely fallen off her sole, so she's calling for tape right now from the coaching staff to see if they can repair her boots. Something you don't see every day. She says she's struggling to run here, but the play continues here with Beasley getting this one over and out for a kick. As Van Bakel is going to come in here to the sideline and get the tape job to fix those boots. Looks like it's just on the toe, around the toes. As play's going to resume here, Segolis is going to play this one in short for Leslie. Leslie's going to play down on the right side for Macaulay. There's Macaulay in for Clasios. Clasios back in for Macaulay. Good low passing segment coming in, but that pass back from Williams isn't able to find anyone. But the Unionville Milliken are able to resume play with this. Here's the through ball in for Williams, and she just seemed to be caught a little bit flat-footed as Hartman's able to come out of her goal and get to that one. But that was a great through ball opportunity coming in there for Kayla Williams, but she wasn't able to get through. And Bako with the ball there, just resuming back onto the field of play as her and Beasley have just switched sides momentarily. And if can Gonheim get the ball to her? And right there was a prime opportunity. If Gonheim was able to get by Corso, Beasley would have had a mountain of space in front of her over on the far side of the field. Just 3 at the back for Unionville, and it's leaving them a little bit exposed on the wings. Looks like they're playing fairly similar to what TFC plays with the 2 fullbacks, Tepolinas and Macaulay, playing a little bit of a further up of a fullbacks, but it seems like Vaughan's just finding that space right now in between the fullbacks and the center backs. As that ball gets playing for Gonheim, she can't control it. Tries to slide in to retrieve it, but couldn't do so as Robertson's now going to settle it down as their teammates tell her she has time. There's a ball in for Williams. Back in and trying to find Chung, but there's Morelli as she's going to try and go the other way with Gonheim. And it looks like Beasley's kept on side by Leslie. Play's going to resume here as Beasley. Oh, looked like that one snuck under the goalie, but it just misses the goal. If that one was a little bit more towards the goal, that might have snuck under the hands and into the goal, as the goal's had a little bit of trouble there trying to get to that one. But it was Leslie there who kept the 2 players on side, even though she was over on the near side of the field. So good run from Beasley there on that opportunity. 12 minutes left to go here in this first half. No score between the Unionville Milliken and the Vaughan Azzurri. As Piazza's going to get another chance on the corner. Segolis gets a punch away, and the second chance coming in as she punched that one right to the waiting leg of Van Bakel, who had a good sliding opportunity, but a little bit too much power on that slide, and it'll fly over the goal. It looks like after the boot switch, Beasley and Van Bakel are just satisfied with the switching the sides, so it looks like Beasley's going to continue this first half over on the left side, and Van Bakel over here on the right. Douglas plays this one into the middle as Malhado's going to play this one first time. Able to find Johnson. Johnson's offside, though. As Beauty Johnson, again, was coming in from the offside position back to an onside one. It's the 3rd offside for Vaughan in this first half. Just a recap on this League One Cup so far. The 2 teams here are in the semifinals. They're waiting to get the winner of Dero United and Woodbridge Strikers tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. The men's semifinals in the League One Cup is also going on this weekend with the TFC and Sigma playing on, as well as Oakville and Vaughan in the other semifinal in the men's side. FC London are the defending champs here on the women's side, knocked out by this Vaughan Azzurri team who won here in 2016, trying to see if they can make it 2 for 3. Van Bakel wasn't able to get to that one, and Henderson, last woman back, will play it in for Tepolinas. Tepolinas under pressure from Morelli right away, and she does well to block that pass as Piazza now gets it up for Van Bakel. She's not able to control it. There's Leslie. Leslie plays in the midfield, and this could be dangerous coming in the other way if they could get the ball up quickly. There's Williams. Williams plays it in for Classios, who wasn't able to get much of a foot onto that one. But a poor pass there, and the pressure's not going to continue here with LaCava. LaCava in for Williams. Williams down the right side. There's McCauley. McCauley's going to play this one, and that one gets blocked. Pressure continues. Trying to do a little step over there was Classios, but shutting that one down was Courtney Douglas, as she was able to shut down that attack coming in from Unionville. They've gotten some good opportunities coming out on the counterattack, but right now the coach is telling them they got to shoot right now. They're taking too much time trying to pass it around, trying to find the perfect shot. Sometimes you just got to take the shot and hope for the best and see if you can maybe go for the rebound when you're coming in for those counterattack opportunities, just because you don't really have that support. There's Beasley. Nice little passing sequence coming in from Vaughan, as Beasley's going to leave it for her player in here, and she's going to get that pass now as Beasley. Beasley with the toe punt, and it just misses the far post. Colleen Beasley trying once again. Got that return pass, just hit it with the toes to try to give it a little bit more of a push, but it just redirects wide of the goal. Vaughan continuing to pressure, just can't seem to find the back of the net right now. Go9 does well to win that ball in the air. Looks like she's more of a central attacking midfield. She's constantly up there up top with Johnson, but not afraid to drop back and help her team out on those set pieces, especially on those goal kicks. And Bakel in for Johnson. This could be dangerous. Johnson try to find Go9. Go9 was waiting on the far post though, was waiting for a bit of a cross, and here comes Unionville now coming in the other way with Tepelinas. She's got two players in the midfield as Piazza though blocked that centering pass as it gets shut down, as Beasley's not going to play this one in for Go9. Go9 trying to play it in for Piazza. They're getting a little bit fancy. Looks like Vaughan's, most of the turnovers so far they've been assuming or thinking that their player is going to be there, but they're not in those exact positions. So it's just maybe a little bit more of communication or just more looking off the ball needed a little bit for Vaughan. As a high kick coming in from Stegolis. Looks like she mishit that one, but play's gonna get settled down now by Go9. She's got two red jerseys on her. Does well though to fight off both the attackers, and she's able to get the ball in for Morelli. Van Bakel tries to play it, force it into the middle, nothing there. Nice pressure coming from Tepelinas, able to shut down there, as Douglas is now able to turn it. Wang Yin Sang over on the far side. She's got some space, and that's what we're talking about right there. Players out on the flanks with a lot of space there, as Beasley is able to have time and settle that ball in. She finds Wang Yin Sang. In for Johnson. Johnson one-on-one against Robertson over on the edge of the penalty area. There's a low shot, and I'm not sure if Stegolis got a piece of that, and yes, she did, says the referee, as she just got low to her left and just got enough to force that one aside for a corner kick. Stegolis has come up with a couple very critical saves here, and in this first half doing so once again to shut down Beauty Johnson. All the Vaughan players standing in very deep in the penalty area. All far posts ready to make those runs in near post most likely here on Piazza's kick. So gets played into that far post, and that huge crowd right there. Go9 is able to get the header. Van Bakel can't control it to keep it in. And there goes that opportunity. It's going to go for a goal kick. Constantly looks like on those set pieces, trying to find that strong head of Noor Gornam. And Go9 hasn't been able to just, she had that one great opportunity where Stegolis made a huge save, but haven't been able to find her otherwise. Here comes Leslie with space to Tepelinas. She does well, some good composure from her to settle it as she tries to get that pass in for Robertson. Doesn't get enough of a foot on it though. Corso realizes she's got a ton of time. Leave that one in for Stegolis. And she's going to take a few seconds. Wait for someone to attack her and said, yeah, they're taking too long. Let's get this ball up to Corso instead. Nice little move coming in from McCauley, and that's going to send Classios in through. Classios, here comes a through ball in for Williams, and just too far ahead of her. And Harmon is able to get to that one. Nice little move coming in from McCauley, though, to send in Classios. Van Bakel's got the overlap of Morelli, and they're going to try and find Morelli on that overlap. Great ball into her. Morelli one-on-one against Leslie. Leslie's going to win it, but she doesn't have any other options. Can't go back to her keeper, and she's forced to hit this one out for a throw. Good crowd here on hand. It's starting to fill it up a little bit here at McNaughton Park on this morning game here in this League One Ontario Cup semifinal. Just under 5 minutes remaining. No score between these two teams. Good paddle going in on the corner, and it's going to be Johnson who comes out with this one. Johnson trying to get it through. That one gets blocked by Leslie. And an extra help coming in from Tepelinas is able to hit this one out for another throw-in. Vaughan deep into Unionville territory. This throw, though, gets inside the area. Gonan able to head it down, and it's going to be cleared away by Corso. Corso being very busy so far of the three center backs. Douglas gets a little bit too much on that one, and Wood can't control it. And this one's going to go past her. Can Unionville get a quick throw-in in here? Wood battling against Williams. Williams trying to hustle, but that touch is just too far ahead of her. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. These two teams will be back in action in their normal regular season play next weekend. Vaughan's going to continue their hard part of the schedule. After this one, we're going to be visiting Dero United next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. While Unionville is going to travel as well. They're going to be going over to the Woodbridge Strikers, and that'll be at Sunday, July 29th at 3:45 p.m. It's a couple tough games here for both these two teams moving forward. Ojado and Williams battling at it for it, and it's going to be Piazza who comes in and kicks it away from Morelli, who hits it down the field. Gonan is doing a great job being that target player, just settling that ball. She has a great first touch we've seen from her, and she's able to continuously find her players. Johnson tried to play this one quick, saw nothing going forward, just going to leave this one in for Morelli. She'll throw this one over. Johnson not too sure what was going on there, as they're expecting Gonan to come over or Johnson just to make a run. But it looked like Morelli just had a little bit of a panic. Where do I throw it to? And threw it into nothing. Here comes Corso now. Plays in the middle for Robertson. Robertson, great ball in for McCauley. McCauley, though, couldn't control this one first time as it just bounces off her foot and out for a throw. Don't imagine there'll be much for out of time, probably just a single minute in after the injury coming in for Corso. But play's going to resume in here, so expect about 2 minutes plus just a single minute left to go here in this first half as this one gets played up high in the area. Always a dangerous one when those balls just float. But it's going to be Douglas battling over on the far side. LaCava hits off the foot of Classios into the corner for Douglas, and Douglas is now not going to take any more chances, and she's going to send the ball down the field. Robertson trying to see if she could put that one back in, couldn't find anything, and now Corso's going to try and play this one in. Malhado does well to win that ball in the air. Has a nice touch in coming in from Wang Yinseng. Has Vaughan coming the other way. It's Van Bakel down to the right side for Johnson. Johnson's got to hustle, though, to keep this one in play, and she does well to keep it in. Here continues the attack now for the Azzurri. Johnson battling with Henderson. Plays this one back for Piazza, and she passes it over to Wang Yinseng. Can she get a shot going? She slips as she tries to take her shot, though, and it gets cleared aside. I thought Piazza was ready to fire that one onto goal, but she fooled everybody going in with the fake, and it looked like as well as her own players. Beasley's ball can't find anyone, but Johnson hustling in to get to that one, but it's Stagolis coming out of her goal, and she's able to retrieve it. Douglas wins that ball back in the air, And this one could be very dangerous as Van Bakel's going to try and volley this one first time. But it looks like right there, Coach Isako telling them, take a touch, take it and attack the goalie. They're giving goalies to goals a lot of credit right now and forcing those shots away. And that's all credit to the goalie's earlier save, showing she's up to the task here. And they realize they got to do something special to get it through her. As we're going to have the indication from the fourth official, just that single minute of out of time for that injury coming into Corso as expected. As we're in these dying moments here, can any team get one last rush in before the halftime break? There's Clasios. She was a mile offside. And she's just going to let this one roll out for a goal kick. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in for the broadcast right now. For all your information, rosters, match previews, recaps, video photography, and more, make sure to go to League1Ontario.com. All matches are recorded and available on the League One Ontario YouTube channel, so make sure to hit the like and subscribe button there. And keep an eye out for the highlight packs on the men's and women's action released every second week. As there goes the halftime whistle here at McNaughton Park in Vaughan. To shut down that attack. There's a couple halftime substitutions for Unionville. Getting ready to start off the second half. It's going to be Unionville starting off with the kickoff. They're in the all reds going from your left to your right on your screens at home. And it's going to be Vaughan in the dark blue going from your right to your left. As the first substitution was the captain, Tina LaCava, getting taken off. And it's Valentina Khan coming off. The second substitution was Melissa Corso, who got injured as we have a through ball coming in a little bit too far ahead. It'll be Corso coming off the field. It looked like her injury might have given her a little bit more of a knock than we originally thought. And Trini Esprit has come into the game in the defensive position. So Khan coming in, she's going to be into that central midfield position, and Esprit over on the center back position to replace Corso. No changes coming in from Vaughan. Maybe an order for replacement boots coming in soon for Van Bakel, who's got the ball in here. But play's going to resume in here as the referee played advantage. Didn't see anything going forward, as we're going to have an offside coming in from Clasios over on the far side. She wasn't able to get to that one. And it's going to be called all the way back for Unionville. First half recap. We had an early chance coming in from Van Bakel. She had a good opportunity onto a breakaway, but a nice save coming in from Stegolis as she was able to get up high and get that arm up to make that block. Second opportunity was Gonaim on the header over off the corner kick, but Stegolis was able to get down low and make a nice little toe save. Those are two critical moments in that first half. Unionville had a couple chances themselves so far, but haven't really tested the goal of Katrina Harmon much in that first half. These two teams did play last weekend, though, with Vaughan taking home the victory 2-1 over this same Unionville squad. Going to try and see if they can do the same here. They picked up 2 second-half goals to lead to that victory. Referee Phil Benavides didn't have much to do in that first half. There was that goal being called back for Van Bakel on an offside call, which has still upset the Vaughan bench. But that was the only controversial decision of the game so far. Here comes Vaughan with possession. It's going to be Wood carrying it up the field, trying to see if she can find anything up the field. Doesn't see anything. She's going to play it short for Morelli. There's Morelli into the middle, as that pass is a little bit too strong in to get in for check that Beasley over on the far side. And it's going to roll out for throw-in. This is the first of 2 semifinals being broadcasted here today at League1Ontario.com. Make sure to join us again at 4:30 p.m. Eastern at the BMO Training Grounds. We're going to be seeing a very exciting game on the men's side, as Sigma will be going against Toronto FC3. And what in the battle of the top 2 teams in the men's divisions going at it. Clasios is able to turn around with it, and now she's going to try and play that ball up for Williams. It's a one-on-one battle with Wood. Who's going to get to this one? Williams comes out with it. Williams, though, gets it called back, though. She does miss the net.
Stop the ball. Don't drop.
and it just goes wide regardless. But a good opportunity coming in for Kayla Williams with a good battle. As she took a little bit of a stumble coming in backwards and realized her shoelace was undone as she tripped on the shoelace, getting back into position. Always check your shoelace, guys. As you see Corso getting some medical attention here, giving a little bit of a limp here on the near side of the field after that slide tackle challenge from Van Bakel in the first half. Looks like that's what's led her off the field here for this second half. Just confirming our assumptions. Douglas is going to throw this one in, finds Gonaim. We've been crediting Gonaim on her first touch there, but she looks like she took a little bit of slip on the turf. A little bit slow to get up though, but she looks like she'll be okay. Here comes McCauley onto the throw. Trying to find Clasios. Clasios, the go-to goal scorer for this team. She's got 6 goals so far in the season, 2 in the cup as well. Lacava was our second leading scorer on the team. She's off on the bench now. Didn't have an impressive first half, so we're gonna have to look at Clasios to try and see if she can work with Williams, try and get that goal for Unionville. There's Gonaim. Gonna set this one in through. Is the player offside? Van Bakel missed everybody though. And it's just gonna roll straight to the waiting hands of Stagola. She doesn't want to let that one roll out for a goal kick. Just 5 minutes in here in this second half. We're at the 50th minute. No score here on this partly cloudy day here at McNaughton Park. A little bit of the hot temperatures when the clouds are getting over the sun. You just got that nice little cool breeze coming in here at the park. The wind is not a factor though here in this game, but the humidity always a factor here. As the play gets settled down for Robertson, she plays it back for Leslie. Leslie trying to get to the midfield as Wang Yin Sang does well to get that one off into the corner. Williams trying to battle with Morelli to keep that one in. She is able to do so, and Morelli will touch that one out for a throw. Just a reminder how these two teams got here into this position. Vaughan had to go through Hamilton in their opening match. It was a 2-0 victory there, and then defeated the first place undefeated team of FC London in a huge upset win, 1-0 in the quarterfinal, knocking out the defending champs. As Vaughan trying to see if they can get from 2016 as that ball gets played in for Van Bakel. She's offside though, but Stagolis did well to get down and got to that ball first, negating the offside. Still going to be a kick regardless, but it's always a controversy if it does go in, as we saw in that first half. The finals will get played on the August Civic long weekend, to be determined where and when, depending on the two teams here. So stay tuned at www.league1ontario.com to find out when that final will take place. A nice little push coming in from the Unionville player onto Van Bakel. Referee was right there, so was the assistant referee, and they're going to call that one in for a free kick. Piazza has been the set piece taker for Vaughan. Has struggled a little bit so far, but you gotta it's always a threat there if they can find the head of Noor Gonaim, as Vaughan is trying to protect her, give her enough space to get to this ball. Comes Piazza's ball then through, headed away. Second ball, trying to get to it. McCauley got to that first one, put it back in. Still loose though, a little bit of a trouble there. Beasley heads it on for Van Bakel. Van Bakel trying to get it in through, and it's finally settled in by Khan, who's able to clear it away. And here comes Clasios now the other way. Clasios, and it's a diving play, and would probably save the great opportunity onto goal with that sliding challenge. That was a critical one, as Khan did well to clear that ball away. As again, a little miscommunication in the back there between the defenders. It looked like Leslie and Segolis, both of them a little hesitant to get to that ball. Clasios, nice little turn. She's going to bring it into the corner. Try to play across, and that gets blocked by Douglas, but Unionville does win themselves a corner kick the other way. Coach Isako not happy, already calling to his bench right now. Probably they look to try to do a change there, and then the player's not performing. So we're gonna have to look at the Vaughan bench, and let's see who's gonna be coming on. But it's gonna be, looks like Ashley Nader coming into the game for Vaughan into the next few minutes. A zone defense in the goal area, but man-to-man in the penalty area for Vaughan's defense. This one gets played in the far post. Leslie gets the first ball, still loose. There's the second ball, Henderson, but the referee's gonna call this one back. A little bit of a push. Looks like the referee saw by Henderson, and it's gonna be called back for a free kick. Leslie did well to get to that first ball, put it back into the dangerous area. Just a Unionville player wasn't able to get to that second ball. Go 9. Hit this one out down the field, and Leslie's going to be under pressure coming from Van Bakel. Leslie, though, just does well, realized I can't do anything other than hit this one out of play, and does it smartly. Always sometimes you want to just pass the ball out. Now you got to kick that one out, because what happens is if Vaughan picks up that ball right away, if you gently hit that one out of bounds, you're still under that pressure. This gives enough time for your Unionville players to get back, drop back, and get back into their positions. This one's gonna bounce around, settle in for Go 9, but she tries a little bit of a bicycle. A little adventurous there coming in from the Vaughan striker, but she couldn't get that one onto goal. There's 10 minutes have been played here in this second half. Just a reminder, if this game does remain tied after the 90 minutes, we go straight to kicks from the penalty spot. No more extra time here. And that's the League One Cup. Here comes Go 9 carrying it on the left side. Passes it on here for Johnson. Johnson's going one-on-one with Esprit. And Johnson just couldn't get by her the second time. And it's going to be a corner kick now for Vaughan, as Piazza's going to run over to take this one. Been saying the player to find is that number 10, Go 9. Vaughan players are going to try and protect her, give her enough space to make a run and attack that ball. Wang Yin Sang is in there for the short, just in case.
Pick up 4. Girls, that player's wide open.
Here comes the ball from Piazza. There's a little bit of a push there. Vaughan's trying to call for something. Douglas trying to say she got pushed over. The referee has none of that, though, and play's going to resume. Wood try to play that ball up. Khan is able to block it, and Unionville can come quickly the other way as that ball tried to get played in for Williams, but Piazza did well to drop back and shut down that attack. Douglas in for Johnson. Yvonne all thought it was their ball. Unionville picked up the ball. The assistant referee said it was Unionville ball, and play will resume as Williams has picked up a knock, though. She had a collision there with one of her players. And Williams Esprit is going to hit it out and give Williams a few seconds. Looks like she picked up a bit of maybe an elbow, stray elbow, knocked the wind out of her. Just going to need a few seconds. Yeah, it looks like she just got the wind knocked out of her. She's going to be okay, though. And Vaughan's going to throw this one back into Unionville possession. And play's going to resume here. After the foul throw in coming in from Johnson, it's going to be McCauley on the throw. We're back to status quo as a nice little throw gets in. Can't get by Douglas. And Vaughan does well to keep that one in play. Good hustle coming in from Johnson. There comes that cross. Cleared away by Wood. Pressure continues. Chung tries to put it back in. Gets to Wood once again, and Wood's just going to boot this one down the field. Here comes Van Bakel. She's got pace on her. Van Bakel gets it through. Stagola slipped! And Van Bakel on a huge save, though, as she was able to recover Stagolas. And Van Bakel's down, so is Stagolis after making that save. They collided with one another after making the save, and the referee instantly calls in for the training staff to come and take a look at the players. But Stagolis trying to run out of her box there, try to catch them, slipped coming out. Able to recover though, makes a huge save onto Van Bakel. Collided with one another. But again, Cassandra Van Bakel creating opportunities, just can't get by Levanta Stagolis in goal, who's played an excellent game for Unionville Milliken. As we have this break here, we got to thank you to Ontario soccer partner SoccerX for their first-class support. As Canada's largest soccer store, SoccerX has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Whether you are a player, parent, or match official, visit www.soccerx.com to check out their huge selection of the latest footwear, apparel, and equipment from your favorite brands like Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and many more. That is SoccerX. And of course, we also have to thank League One partner Peel Regional Police for their continued support of women in sport. Know that you can always kick off your career with Peel Regional Police. It's more than you think. Visit www.peelpolice.ca to find out how soccer and a career in policing go hand in hand. Looks like Stagolis is able to get to her feet. She's going to be okay, it looks like, but Van Bakel's still down onto the turf. She's going to need a few seconds. Looks like that was a hard collision because it looks like Stagolis, she spread out hard and wide, and when you're hitting a brick like that coming in with full speed, it just knocks all the power out of your body, and as it becomes a hard collision. Just a reminder, these two teams are back in action regardless in their regular season games. Both of the teams will be on the road. Unionville will travel to the Woodbridge Strikers next Sunday, July 29th. That game will be at 3:45 p.m. While Vaughan will travel to Debro United. That'll be next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Van Bakel's able to get to her feet, always a good sign. As a crowd here at McNaughton Park, give the round of applause to the injured players. And it looks like she's going to need some help getting off the pitch. And that's unfortunate. Been a strong force for Vaughan all game long, has been their goal scoring threat. And it looks like her day is going to be done here. As Vaughan will change the substitution. Ashley Nader was going to come in regardless, but she was going to replace a different player. But after the injury to Van Bakel, it's going to be Ashley Nader coming in to replace the injured Van Bakel. And we'll see what the formation change will do and where she will fit in.
Okay, so give it to. They had possession, right? Kick it back to them. They had possession. Guys, if she's going to stand in front, you can't stand there. Back it behind the ball.
Play's going to resume in here with a drop ball.
Oh, that's not cool.
There's Wang Yin-Sang. And for Piazza's play now resumes. There comes a shot from Nader. And that one, did that go in? Everybody thought that went in, but it actually goes over the back of the net. That one just went over the bar. It's just the angles coming in from the crowd. I knew right away that was going over, but their reactions, it's always an entertaining game here. Play is going to resume here with a goal kick, but that's a great impression to make on your first touch, Ashley Nader. Wang Yin-Sang forces over a turnover. Go 9. As Beasley, looks like Johnson's going to switch over now to the left flank, and Nader's going to fill in Johnson's original position in the central part of the field, as Beasley's going to try and get to this one. She's able to keep this one in. Beasley trying to get away from Tepelenas, as she does well to keep going. She gets that cross in, but straight to Stagolis. Couldn't get it away from the keeper. She's going to take a few seconds, realize the player is behind her. and let her team get up as she boots another very high kick into midfield as Piazza's going to head this one on. Good control, though, from Robertson. McCauley has Khan. Khan trying to get in through past Nader, the two substitutes going at it there. And he couldn't get it forward as Robertson now gets it forward. Johnson, though, does well to drop back and win it right off of her. And Wang Yunsang sees nothing going forwards, and she's going to bring this one all the way back. A little bit of a trouble there for Mel Haddo, and Unionville's going to continue their attack. Clasios couldn't go forward as Piazza hit it too strong for Douglas, and Douglas has got to hustle back into her corner. Douglas can't clear it away, go straight to Khan. Khan, Clasios, nice touch in for Williams. Can Williams go into goal? Wood just gets the foot out. Pressure continues, though, but Khan played it into an area where there was no red jerseys in sight, and Vaughan will just clear it away for a throw. Here comes the throw from McCauley. We've seen she's got some pace onto her throws. Goes over the head of everybody. Williams, got to be expecting that. You know McCauley's got a deep throw. Got to be utilizing that little check-in, check-out and make that run into space. But Williams just couldn't get around Douglas in time to keep that one in play as it goes out for a goal kick. 25 minutes plus stoppage time, which will probably be a good 3-4 minutes at least due to the injuries. And this match, no score between Unionville and Vaughan Azzurri. Cleared away and down the field. Wang Yunsang is going to give it chase. She slides just to get to that one before McCauley could, but it didn't help her team whatsoever. It's going to go out for a throw-in for Unionville. Nice job there coming in from Johnson. Johnson's going to carry it through on the left flank. She's got some support in from her players as Wang Yunsang plays a ball in. That gets blocked by Henderson. Second chance coming in. Headed aside by Esprit's. Pressure still keeps going forward. Esprit's still going with it. She hits this one down the field. Right to Douglas, who's waiting for it. Douglas wants to put this one back in. She's under some pressure, though, from Khan. Able to find some support in Nader. Nader's going to switch it over to the far side for Morelli. There's Morelli down in for Beasley. Beasley's going to try and take on Leslie one-on-one. Beasley still going at it into the corner. Nice little split between the two players, but couldn't get by the body of Leslie, and Leslie does well. Hit that one down the field, and it's going to get hit off of a Vaughan player, and Unionville is able to settle down the play with a throw-in. That looked like a bit of a foul throw, but play's going to resume here with a throw-in going to Vaughan regardless. This one hits off of Vaughan body. We're going to have a little bit of a back and forth of throw-ins between the two teams over on the far side of the field. Great crowd here on hand. You got the League One Ontario action going here. On the next side, you got some OPDL action going on as well. So a very packed parking lot going on here at McNaughton Park as Beasley's now going to break in through on the right corner. She gets a ball in, cleared away by Henderson. Unionville surviving so far, but can they withstand this pressure? And Vaughan's been very vulnerable on the counterattack as we have an opportunity coming in once again. Here comes Clasios. Clasios has a couple players running in. It's Chung and Can. As this ball gets through for Khan. Khan, though, doesn't have a good first touch. Harmon gets to it as she gets a little bit of a knock there. But play resumes as Khan's first touch just eludes her. As she had a great chance there. As Chung did well to leave that ball in through for her. But the pressure continues here with Clasios once again. Clasios plays this one in for Khan once again. And this time it's going to be Douglas who clears this one aside. That was one of the best opportunities of the game so far there for Unionville Milliken. As it's going to be Valentina Khan who had a good opportunity going on to goal. Robertson tried to play it back to the throw-in taker. Ball was played a little bit too strongly, and that one will go in for a throw. A play is going to resume here as Vaughan's going to try and see if they can get it up. They're really missing that attacking force out Van Bakel. She just provided so much pace and so much of a threat up top. Gonheim's more of the target player, who try to play it onto, so she can play it onto the coming onto the strikers. So Johnson, I think, just got to get into the play a little bit more, be a little bit more of a threat, and get under the skin of the Unionville players a little bit more. There comes Beasley. Beasley trying to march her way down the line. Couldn't get it all the way, as Leslie's now able to settle this play down. Segolis doesn't see anything going on as the clouds have taken over here at McNaughton Park. It's become a cloudy game here. The sun is hidden, so it's going to provide a little bit of the nice coolish weather as we need. As that's a dangerous pass up the middle. Escalating didn't realize she was under pressure, but she just did well to get that one away just in time. That would have been a crucial turnover in the middle of the field. Go 9. Vaughan saying trying to find Johnson. Johnson's offside, and another hard collision between Stegolis. Stegolis going for all ball there. And Johnson coming up hard after the collision. That's just good goalkeeping coming in there. Coming in strong, coming in with force to get to that ball. As we're going to have a substitution coming in for the Azzurri. Let's take a look at who's going to be the players coming onto the field. It's going to be Sammy Falkenstein. And she's going to be replacing Colleen Beasley. So Falkenstein into the game for Beasley here with 20 minutes left to go here in this second half. Beasley provided a lot of pace up top over on the far side of the field. And it looks like with Falkenstein, they're trying to bring in some new legs in here in the center of the midfield. And it looks like Nader's going to switch over to her natural position over on the right wing. So it's to give a little bit of a bit more fresh legs in the central midfield position for Vaughan, as McCauley's going to play a dangerous ball in, headed aside by Wood. Khan for Clasios, and she doesn't get much onto that one as it goes straight to the hands of Harmon. But Unionville starting to get a little bit more confidence going forward, starting to get those crosses going in through. But here comes a chance going the other way. Here comes Johnson. Johnson's got pace. She's going to hustle, try to get by Esprit. Johnson's still going with it. Johnson doesn't get it by Henderson, though. Still going with pressure. Still loose. And Leslie is able to clear it aside. Here comes the first touch in for Falkenstein. She passes it back now for Douglas. Douglas trying to force that ball up the middle. It's going to bounce around and still bouncing, and Falkenstein is now able to settle it. Pass it off to Wang Yun-Sang. Good pass. Go 9. She tries for goal. Didn't get much power, and right away she just says, my bad. I probably shouldn't have done that one. That's some honesty coming in there from the Vaughan player. So the first of 2 women's semifinals. The second women's semifinal will be tomorrow in Woodbridge. It'll be Dero United going against the Woodbridge Strikers at 5:45 p.m. Make sure to stay tuned at league1ontario.com for all your updates and on all social media platforms to get up-to-date updates of what's going on the match, as that one's trying to get through it in for Williams. Couldn't get through Wood, and Piazza's now able to get it off for Morelli over on the far side. She tried to see if she could find Nader, but it gets blocked. And here comes Tepelenis the other way. She tries to get it up for Clasios. Here comes Clasios. Clasios with the left foot! And that one was a brilliant strike as it just missed the far post. Getting into the game, Natasha Clasios. We've been looking for it all game now. She's starting to create some opportunities for Unionville Milliken, and she had a great opportunity there. Segolis just taking her time in, tried to slow the play down a little bit before booing this one down the field. There's that big boot we were looking for. Falkenstein trying to get to that one, but McCauley's going to kick it away from her. She tries to play a through ball in for Clasios. That's gets shut down by the center backs Vaughan. And now they're going to try and come the other way. There's Nader over on the far right side. Nader carrying this one up. Nader still with it, carrying into the middle. Gets a pass off, trying to find Johnson. McCauley hits it away, but Falkenstein from distance. as she gets over the goal onto that one, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. That's the type of pressure Vaughan needs to make, though. Quick touches, boom, boom, and get a shot right away. But it has been difficult to get by the goal of Stegolis so far in this game. There has to be an MVP of the game so far. It's got to go to that Unionville goalkeeper. Comes the kick and settled in by Khan. Khan over to the far side of the field. Tepolinas. Tepolinas is carrying to the middle. She has got a ton of space with her. McCauley's screaming for that ball. She gets that pass and she just gets over the ball. And it goes out for a goal kick. Tepolinas started to realize she had a ton of space. She's carrying, she just kept carrying the ball. And she's like, what do I do with this one? She didn't realize because she was expecting to get some pressure taken on her. She kept given space, and finally McCauley made that run in. Just couldn't get that shot onto goal. Good runs coming in from the outside fullbacks, though. There's McCauley once again getting involved in the play, but it's going to be Johnson coming out with it, and now she's going to take the players one-on-one and try to take them on herself. But it gets shut down by the defense. McCauley off for Williams. Williams with a great turn, gets by Wood. It's a 2-on-1 break. Williams coming in through. Can the defense get over? And it's a handball. The referee says no. And that would look like a clear handball just on the edge of the area. And it's going to be a free kick, but a huge 2-on-1 break coming in from Williams. That one hit off the foot, then the arm of Melhado. I'm not sure if that was in the penalty area or not, but play's going to resume in here. Still no score between these two teams, but Unionville had a great opportunity going in the other way as Williams trying to find Clasios, who was wide open onto the top of the penalty area. Here comes Falkenstein, going to cross this one in. Headed aside by Leslie. Piazza trying to get that ball in, blocked by Robertson. Robertson, a little bit too much time on the ball there, and that forces a turnover, and here comes Piazza. This could be dangerous. Piazza gets the shot away, but she doesn't get much onto that one, though. And that's really been the difference for the Azzurri. When they have got those opportunities, just haven't found that power, haven't found the finishing touch so far, but they've continued to create themselves, put themselves in those places to get those good shots onto goal. There comes McCauley once again. McCauley is getting very confident coming from her right fullback position, makes a run once again. And this time she tries to cross it in, but it gets blocked and out for a throw. But Kendall McCauley didn't have much to do in that first half, starting to figure out some ways. If she's given some space, just take it, and that's what she's doing. Here comes Williams. Williams into the corner. Trying to see if she can get out of there, maybe win a corner kick. She was the last one who touched it, and it's going to hit off of Williams last. A great job there from Douglas, holding her composure in the corner, not giving away a corner kick in that situation. That's what you got to do, really. If you're Williams there, if you're trapped in the corner, just try to boot it off of them and just take that corner kick. Looks like Vaughan's going to make their third substitution of the game. You got to start thinking as the clock still runs here with 13 minutes left to go here in the second half. No score between these two teams. You got to start to think, should we start bringing on the shooters here and start looking forward to that, or are we continuing to push for that goal? Because, of course, when you get to kicks from the penalty spot, only the players on the field are allowed to take the kick. Douglas. Trying to get forward, gets a little bit of a knock back there. And Williams wins our team a free kick in a very good area to cross this one in. Harmon yelling at the teams to get one player, get a couple players on top of the ball just in case. If you're Unionville right now, you play that one quickly to McCauley. And unfortunately, Clasios didn't notice that, but McCauley wide open here on the near side, and gotta play that ball into her right there, because she didn't, as this one gets floated over the goal, and wasted there, unfortunately, for Unionville. But right there, you got to look. You didn't ask for space in the wall, so you're able to play that one quickly. And Macaulay had a mile of space in front of her on the near side. As they're going to have their third substitution coming in for Vaughan. And it's going to be Courtney Douglas coming off the field, the left back, and she's going to be replaced by Farkunda Mutaj. So Mutaj, a midfielder, is going to come into the game. So it looks like Vaughan's going to try and see, you know what, we need some more offense. We want to get the goal. We don't want to have to rely on penalty kicks. So Wang Yin Sang is going to drop back into a defensive position as Mutaj is going to get looked into the central midfield with Falkenstein, the other substitute, to try and see if they can get it forward. Play still resumes here with Khan. Khan trying to get the pass off, but it gets cleared away by Morelli. Unionville starting to get some chances going their way here in these moments in the second half. Good job there coming in from Macaulay. Now it gets into Khan. Khan finds Chung. Chung trying to play through on the left corner. As Tapalenis is running forward. That ball, though, gets him behind her and will roll out for a throw-in. Unionville putting much more pressure. We were saying in the first half they were giving Vaughan a little bit too much space in their own end to get rid of the pressure. Right now, Unionville's just been right at them, not giving them that same time anymore. And it's really worked out for them as they continue to force these turnovers. As Robertson gets the ball once again and just can't find Clasios up on the striker position, as this one will roll out for a goal kick. As a reminder, today's League One Ontario action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of League One Ontario. Try the new Gatorade Frost today. Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool. And Coach Isako screaming out of their team right now. We need the forwards to start playing much higher up the field, put a little bit more pressure onto the center backs. As there comes that ball in for Gonheim. This could be it. As the pass just gets too far ahead for Nader. But the possession still continues for Vaughan. Morelli trying to cross this one in. Henderson is able to clear it away. Falls right to the foot of Wang Yin Sang. Wang Yin Sang over to Piazza. Piazza gets knocked aside. And try to get forward was Chung. Play's going to continue though as Williams gets it in for Chung. But the last player back was Malhado. And she shuts down that attack. You're starting to see a little bit of those vulnerabilities in the Vaughan defense when those three players that start attacking forward. In Williams, Chung, and Clasios, they're starting to get those opportunities. And then with the Vaughan players pushed up, they're starting to see those opportunities getting forward. And that's why we've seen their best chances coming in on those counterattacks. Falkenstein wins in the air as Piazza hits it up. Gonheim heads it forward, but Henderson wins the second ball. Nader into the corner, trying to settle that ball down. She's going to battle with Tepalinas, get some help in with one of her players who's going to cross this one in. Henderson, though, takes no chances, just going to punch that one out. And it's going to be a corner kick. This is a late corner kick. Vaughan's going to bring everything they can forward. They want this goal. They don't want to have to rely on kicks. Mutaj is there to play the short if needed, so Unionville pulls two players out of the area. Mutaj realizes, no, there's no way we're going to be playing any type of short. There's no even fooling them, so she's going to run off. Gonheim gets the header. Still loose, and there's the second ball cleared away by Esprit. And it will go out for a throw-in. And Gonheim, they've been that target player to try to get to on those headers. Got to that first ball in, but nobody in the blue jersey was there to catch that second ball. Piazza now with space in the midfield. Piazza passes it in through, finds Johnson. Johnson tried to play it back for Gonheim, but the Unionville defense was able to read that, and here they come the other way. There's a through ball in for Clasios. Clasios against Malhado. Clasios gets to that one first. Clasios saved by Harmon. There's a rebound, and it just hits the side netting. No, big save coming in from Katrina Harmon on Natasha Clasios coming in on the breakaway. The rebound was there, but she just couldn't find the goal as she hit the side of the goal. That was an amazing chance coming from Unionville. And right there, we've been talking about that counterattack opportunity. And right there, Vaughan defense was left exposed as Clasios was able to come in with enough pace to get by Malhado. 7 minutes left to go here in the second half. No score in this League One Ontario Cup semifinal as the two teams are creating any chance they can. They want that goal, both of them. And we're seeing them create some chances. Nader's now here on the near side of the field. She's going to play this one in. Headed aside by Henderson. Falkenstein does well to win her team back in possession of the ball. She's going to switch it over to the far side. There's Morelli. Morelli has Johnson there to play on the short. As she's able to find her now with the help of Mutaj. Mutaj once again brings it over to her left foot. Continues to go with the ball and she passes it out off to Piazza. Wang Yin-sang, she curls this one in for Gonaim. Gonaim's able to settle, and a big save once again. And it's the goal is getting down low, getting the low touch as it was a beautiful ball sent in by Sarah Wang Yin-sang. Able to find the striker Gonaim. That's who you want to get to the foot of for Vaughan. But she fired it hard and low, and Stagolis was able to move her feet fast enough to make that save. Two big chances coming in both ways. First for Unionville, coming in with Clasios, and Gonaim had a chance of her own right there. And this could be dangerous once again. It's Wood against Clasios. Clasios wins this one again. Can she get another chance onto goal? This one goes more into the corner. Clasios to the top. There's a shot, and it's a save! Unbelievable save! As coming over in time was Katrina Harmon as she gets across her box and was able to deflect that one over the goal. And absolutely robbing Chung on top of the net. I don't know how she got across the goal in time to make that save. Great pass coming from Clasios. That's exactly the type of finish, but Harmon just did the quick couple shuffle steps and got that one over the goal. Unbelievable scenes from both keepers as the corner kick comes in through. There's another touch, but it's cleared away by Morelli. Both teams, you start to look at the clock a little bit. Realize, okay, there's only a few minutes left. Make sure don't give up a goal. And that's the problem. When you start thinking, don't give up a goal, that's when it happens. And both teams have had the chances to score goals, but it's come down. The goalies, both the goalies have been phenomenal. And that's the only reason why this game is left scoreless. McCauley's deep throw once again. As some good shielding coming in. As Clasios couldn't keep that one in, it's going to go for a goal kick. 4+ added time. Should be about, I'd say, 3 or 4 minutes of added time, most likely. So good, still a number of time left here to go in this League One Ontario match. This is coming down to the wire, folks. Nader does well. She's got those fresh legs going against Macaulay. Gets that cross in. There's a touch, and it's a goal. Makes the save. There's a rebound for Justin, and she fires it over the goal. Stagolis doing it once again. I don't know, what is it going to take to beat these goalies here today? Unbelievable. There was a great cross in. Gonaim got on the end of that one. Fired onto goal, but Stagolis gets the arm out, makes a save, and Johnson on the rebound fired it over the goal. Unbelievable. Unionville had a chance and a couple huge saves coming in from Levanta. Stagolis in goal. And someone better be buying her lunch after this game, after the way she's been playing in goal for Unionville. Offside being called against Williams. And Harmon's going to come out of her goal to play this one in forward. This one's going to somehow get through the defense, and McCauley's going to hit this one over her head to clear it away from danger. Wang Yin-sang at the low collision there with Khan. They both put the foot up to get to that one. Johnson trying to force her way through the bodies, but Robertson isn't having any of that as she's able to get it away. Malhado controls. And for Morelli. Morelli down to the right flank. There's Falkenstein. Falkenstein with the left-footed cross. No blue jerseys there. Headed aside. Still goes back into Vaughan possession as they try to force it in through. But there's Leslie to poke it up. Morelli now to control. As Falkenstein right away, some pressure coming in from Tepolinas. And they're able to win their team the throw in. Vaughan thought it was their ball, but nobody hustled to that. It always gives that little bit of emphasis towards the referee. If you're not sure, go towards that ball, make it believe that's yours, and you'll get that throw in. So we'll see. Will any of these teams, as they start to realize that clock is winding down, will they make any substitutions, add an extra shooter or two if this game goes into penalty kicks? But honestly, I can't even say with confidence that this game's going to go to penalty kicks just because of the chances these two teams have had. There's a cross in from Wang Yunsang. Headed aside. Henderson has done a great job in the second half shutting down any of those crossing opportunities. Malhado brings this one in pace. Zagolis calls for that one. She gets for it right before Nader. And she's going to settle the play down and let her players get back into shape and shut down this oncoming pressure from the Azzurri. Williams gets to that ball first to Chung. Chung trying to set it back in for Williams, but Wood gets up nice and high. Had this one in forward. Chung, though, not giving up on this one, but she couldn't get it through the midfield of Vaughan as Mutash is going to get it forward on the right side. She tries to play it in for Johnson. Leslie gets a foot in there. Leslie, though, not giving up on this one. Doesn't want to give up a throw-in, but she will at the end of the day. And we got a foul coming in on the far side as it was Johnson who got knocked down. And this could be a great set-piece opportunities. As we've seen Piazza taking most of the set-piece, but Falkenstein is on the field. She is a left-footed taker. So you want that little bit of an in-swing. So much more dangerous as in keeper to come out for these ones when it's an in-swing type of cross. So we're going to look at Falkenstein playing a good ball in. And can Vaughan finally get their goal as we're going to have the official announcement from the fourth official. 4 minutes of added time. So we have 4 minutes left to go here in this game at McNaughton Park. No score between Unionville and Vaughan as this one's floated in. Piazza gets the header and Henderson does well to get her body out of the way in time to make sure she doesn't touch that one as it's going to go out for a goal kick. But Piazza had the light and day to get the header, just couldn't redirect that one onto goal. Final moments in the second half. Can any team get that breakthrough? Vaughan wants it, though, as they're pushing forward as Falkenstein pushes it up. Gonheim gets a nice little flick. Nader just misses the goal. Good power coming in from Ashley Nader. Gonheim, once again, great first touch, just using the chest to redirect that ball right into Nader's path. Zagolis misses that one, but McCauley is there to try to keep it in. Ball didn't go out of play, though. And looks like a little miscommunication between the referee and the assistant referee. I didn't see a flag raised, but the play's going to resume in with a throw-in for Unionville. Williams tried to continue her run going forward. Couldn't keep that one in play, and Vaughan's going to get a throw-in now. Can they get the last opportunity onto goal? She'll throw it back for Wood. Wood with some good composure brings it back to Wang Yunsang. Wang Yunsang takes a little bit of a slip when she played that ball in, and Unionville's going to play it down the line for Williams to give chase. Wood doesn't get much of that one, but just enough to get away from that oncoming pressure. Motash trying to find Gonheim. All over the back of her was a sprint, and she didn't let that one go forward. Here's Nader. Back in for Wang Yunsang. Pressure coming in, and Unionville wins the throw-in. Vaughan froze for a second, all thinking it was their ball, and McCauley almost set Williams in on a break. You got to respect the hustle. Williams looks absolutely exhausted, giving whatever she has left on the striking position for Unionville. She's given all she's got, and she's only got to give it a couple more minutes left. Macaulay with a deep throw once again gets over the head as Wood heads it forward. Khan and Motaj going for it, but Khan getting called for a foul there as Motaj gets knocked down, trying to play that through ball in. Harmon, she's going to say, I'm going to take this one myself. Everybody get up. Let me bring this one into a dangerous area. Good ball coming in from Harmon, but there was nobody within sight in a blue jersey. And Unionville is able to just send it right back down the field to Harmon, who was coming back into her goal. She'll touch it in for Wood. Can Vaughan bench is screaming at the team, get the ball up the field. Time is running out. Don't have time to play it around. Falkenstein. Here comes Falkenstein. She's got a player out wide. She finds her in Wang Yinseng. She's going to float this one in. There's Gonarm with the flick. And Stagolis once again. That's a very difficult save for Stagolis because you're going one way as a goalie to try to counter the run. But Gonan just heads it the other way, going in the opposite direction as the keeper. And she's able to recover, get back down to her left, make a huge save in the final moments as there goes the whistle, and your League One Ontario Cup semifinal is going straight to penalty kicks. On team, she set up some excellent crosses during the games, put her team in some good positions to try and score. Team wasn't able to capitalize, but see if she can put her team now up ahead. Comes a shot and just gets by the diving hands. And it's a goal for Vaughan. Stagolis gets the right way. But that sometimes accuracy sometimes means a little bit more than power. And if you hit it into the corner like Wang Yinseng just did, you can't save it. And Stagolis, even though she got the right way, just couldn't get enough. Sierra Henderson-Mushet is up to take the shot. It's the center back. Interesting to lead out with a center back. Yeah, it seemed like in that huddle she was the most confident in taking a shot. And she hits this one low into the right. Got the goalie going the wrong way. She got the goalie going the wrong way, and that's all that matters. It's just, sometimes that run up, when you were just running up, she slowed down her run, just opened her body up last second to go the opposite direction. Now here comes the other captain, Claudia Piazza. She's going to be taking the second kick for Vaughan. Trying to set that ball up perfectly onto the penalty mark. A little bit of a straight run up. And Stagolis makes the save as she goes over to her right. And when you see that little bit of a straight run up as a goalie, you know either they're going right down the middle or they're going into the direction of what foot they kick with. And right there, Stagolis read that one perfectly. Because when you're given a little bit of a straight run up, unless they open up their body last second, and when you open it up, it's very difficult as well to direct them to the opposite corner as a penalty kick taker. Peyton Robertson. Robertson just by the diving hands of Harmon. Harmon gets the right way, but right into the corner. Good penalty coming in from Peyton. 2-1 for Unionville after two shooters. Stagolis taking her time, as usual. Give the shooter a few more seconds to think about their shots. A little bit of stalling techniques. As it's Noor Gonaim. Gonaim right into the bottom corner. Stagolis, you realized right away she was going the wrong way, and Gonaim put it confidently in the bottom corner. It's the striker, Natasha Klasios. She's had a couple opportunities during the game, and she's going to come in and take the third shot. The strikers, unusually, you see them maybe in the fourth position on the show. Both strikers for both teams are in the third position. Klasios right down the middle right, and that's what you talk about right there. Sometimes when you got that little bit of a straighter run up, it's a little bit tougher to open it up, and right right there, Kosovich did well to control her body and get that one right into the bottom right. 3-2 for Unionville after 3. It's Beauty Johnson. We saw her as an attacking force, a lot of pace coming out with her during the game today. Let's see if she can add to her team's total. Johnson, and a save by Stagolis. And not much on that one. Johnson looks like she scuffed that one a little bit. She got under that ball and the ball just rolled, and that gave enough time for Stagolis get over to make the save. So it's a score and they win. Chelsea Chung, if she scores, Unionville is on to the League One Ontario Cup final. Can she do it? Chung saved! And Harmon comes up clutch, saving her team at the last possible moment. She had to make a save, and she did it. I believe that's Falkenstein running up, so if she misses, that means Unionville wins. They're up 3-2 after 4. We're down to the final shooters. Falkenstein came on as a substitute. Strong left-footed taker. Trying to find that spot. Just can't get that ball to settle. Looks like she's not settling to exactly, but here we go. Falkenstein, beautifully taken. That's a great penalty coming in from Falkenstein. Hard and confident into the corner. But all that could mean nothing as it comes down here to Kendall McCauley. This is chance number 2, match point number 2 for Unionville. If they score, they win. The League One Ontario Cup final within inches. Can Harmon come up with the save once again? And it's McCauley into the corner, it's over! And it's Unionville Milliken going into the League One Ontario Cup final